Hi, I'm Valfrania. I am the one that shows you how to take these outdated pieces of furniture and redesign them, turn them into art, and then turn them into cash. I wanted to share with you one of my preferred techniques for creating a more unusual look on our pieces. I just did a recent poll on the forum asking if people, listing the different techniques and asking if people felt like they were experts. It is very possible in less than a year to become an expert in those different techniques. I've seen it in the blueprint. I've seen it in my members that take the time to work out each one and get confident in them. Well, today I wanted to show you a couple pieces I'm working on. They're still in pieces. But the thing I'm going to show you today is a way to take a little bit of a conservative approach as far as redesigning your pieces, but giving depth and interest to it, even though you've decided to go with a more of a calmer look. So let me show you. First, I did a background, so I'm going to show you how I did my background, and then I'm going to show you how I stenciled in a way that's a little different from most that you see today. And I think it's going to give you some more ammunition, give you more tools for your redesign that will create a more interesting piece rather than just going with one color. Here's a close-up of the top of this table. Now the first layer before this goes on has just this background, none of the stenciling. And then this is the top piece that has the stenciling over top of the background. Now I'm going to explain a little bit of how I did that background. I took a wadded up piece of wax paper and I poured paint into a plate, and then I dabbed the wax paper around the paint, and then I applied this background using, first I did, overall I painted this universal white with crystal lac. And then I poured some Annie Sloan Old White. I put my stuff in glass jars to preserve it. Old White over top. So the Old White gave a little bit of a just kind of a yellowish, a creamy, I guess would be the word, a creamy little bit of here and there background, and then used Old Ochre to add another layer using the wax paper, just dabbing it here and there to give you this kind of motley background, kind of an old world look. And then I used a mix, I think it's cocoa and Old White or cocoa and Old Oak, I don't remember, I've had this a while. Then I used a mix to do the stenciled script. Here is the stencil I used. And one of the points I wanted to make with you is these script stencils, let me put this down. These script stencils are in block. They end in a straight line. Now what I wanted to point out to you is you don't want to stencil and stop right here on your piece. Okay, let me show you what I mean. When you do this kind of stenciling to make it look more genuine and more old world type look, one thing I suggest that you do is that you start and stop at different spots on the piece. Don't do the stencil straight line across and then stencil straight line across, because it doesn't look as genuine that way, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It doesn't look like it actually happened on a piece of parchment. So I suggest that you stagger your script stenciling to add your interest. Now you've got your 4 layers of color. You have the universal white, which is a pure white, and then you have first just daubed around of the Old White, which is a creamy white, and then the Old Ochre over top of that to give you the background, and then the stenciled script in varied ways over top of that. And then I, of course, put water-based polyurethane from Crystal Lac on top of that to preserve it. And then again, the first layer, or the first step, I should say, in this table is just the matching background, not the stencils. Let me see if I can give you a close-up. There we go. I hope this gives you a couple ideas on how to do things a little bit differently, maybe add to your repertoire of skill set, and maybe put a few more tools in your toolbox to serve your customers. Lots of people on the forum have said they are not experts in all these techniques, and you know what? We need to be, because we're providing an amazing service for our world. We're putting our beauty out there. We're helping people have unique homes. So learn it all.